comment by Nico Hulkenberg. He's speaking to The Drive and journalist Jerry Perez. Jerry asked Hulkenberg what he would tell the fan who only complains about today's problems in Formula One. Hulkenberg replied, "To be honest, it's always been like that in F1, hasn't it? F1 is about leading in technology, and you have to go with the times. If you look at the automotive industry 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it's different now, it's changed. I think when you look at the racing now, the first 3 races we've had in 2026," he was speaking before Miami, "it's been entertaining. It's been good to watch with plenty of on-track action. And I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch." Nico doesn't generally fill the news cycle as much, but I have seen quite a lot of angry comments in response to this from fans online. I don't necessarily disagree with Nico in this regard, though. And maybe this is going to be very controversial, but I feel a lot of the loudest voices are people saying, I'm not going to watch Formula One anymore, but they're still commenting on Formula One topics, so Formula One posts. I feel like it's a bit of a odd situation where
it's just a pile
those who
on,
don't
Jim.
want to watch it are the ones who are commenting, and the ones who are watching it, like you and I, like, that's pretty entertaining, actually.
It's a pile on. That's all it is. It's just a pile on. Everyone's jumping on the same, bandwagon of bashing Formula One, and I think that is the other aspect of the break. Formula One hasn't got a voice to answer back and to show some good racing and to serve up those storylines like fighting for wins. Antonelli leading the championship and how he develops as a driver. All that sort of stuff we're missing out on at the moment due to this break. I think Nico's entitled to his opinion. I agree with lots that he's said there. And yes, he's right. People do have a choice. People, if they don't want to watch the sport anymore, they feel disconnected to it. That's fine. But then that's also the concern. That's what Formula One's trying to protect. The large fan base that it's worked hard to attract over the years is what it wants to retain and grow. But now you do risk alienating people and, judging by the comments at least, people turning off. I haven't seen TV numbers. I don't know what what that looks like at the moment. I don't know if we will ever get the figures from Apple TV in the US and how things have gone over there. I hope we do. But yes, look, it's just nonsense filling the void at the moment is the way that I would describe it. Let's ride it out. Get into the season. European season will be really busy. Everyone will be trying to get a breath of air, and we'll hopefully have some good racing to talk about.
What I want to actually mention is something that happened in British TV quite a long time ago now, and the older people who might be watching or listening will remember this. It's that move from free to air, or certainly easy to access television, going on to premium TV. And I feel Apple TV coming in some ways is really good because of the fact you've got an Apple partnership, which is huge. Apple being one of the biggest companies in the world, collaborating with Formula One, but then taking it away from, I think it was ESPN, and a lot of easier access for a lot of American viewers. And I think that will actually skew the numbers a little bit, because at some point when we went away from free to air with British TV, and it was on BBC, then ITV, back to BBC, and then Sky, that there was clearly a drop off in numbers. And that's not too surprising, because you then have to have a Sky subscription in order to watch the races, which not everybody could afford. And I feel that there's going to be a knock-on effect now with the US audience with the Apple TV side of things, which isn't necessarily bad for Apple TV. It might be a premium channel that's going out there. But I do feel that the numbers are going to be skewed because of that, irrespective of any regulation change. This is something we've seen before in the sport.
And obviously it's quite timely because last week Sky extended their deal with Formula One for another 5 years. I think it runs now until 2034. So, it is relevant, and I do remember that shift. It wasn't just Formula One. We can say that cricket went that way, and we can say that football, of course, went that way in the UK as well. And for me, the sad thing is that you remove that entry point for new fans. Yes, it's a good deal. It made Formula One a lot of money, but all they've really done is take F1 TV. I don't think that there's anything new. They've used the cameras, of course, from the Apple film, so that in theory the technology will improve.
Yeah, I feel we've got two different types of fans here. We've got those who are complaining about the regulations, and you've got you and me complaining about the coverage, which, in all honesty, I do think the two almost go hand in hand, because I said last time that the coverage is a problem because people don't understand what's going on with the battery deployment. And I feel that there's a lot of controversy about the Leclerc and Piastri pass, because Leclerc hit the wall almost and was able to pass Piastri because of him having extra charge, but you can't see that, so it just looks like the easiest pass that doesn't make sense. But I do understand from the perspective of, well, if Piastri used all his battery to try and chase Leclerc, then that's a deployment thing that if the drivers are in charge of it, that's great, but we just don't know at the moment. So maybe if the two of them improve, we're going to be in a better position. Let us know in the comments below what you think.